Okay, so I'm going to install my new pump, my dirty water pump, underneath my house. So there's a pit under my house which collects water that is seeping through the ground, through the clay ground, because I have essentially a basement room, and pumps the water out. So this is the pump that was in there and is no longer working on the left. So this pump isn't ideal if you don't have a pit that's deep enough or wide enough, because it needs this float switch to activate, and the float switch will only activate when it reaches 30 degrees. So it has to go all the way up to there before it will start pumping out water, and it will continue to pump until it gets to 30 degrees from there. So what I suspect has happened is that either this pump hasn't been activating because the pit isn't tall enough, or the pit isn't wide enough, and the float hasn't been able to reach all the way down, so it's just remained pumping and continued to pump until the motor burnt out. And this is all because the pit is too small. It's too small and it's too shallow. So I went and I purchased this. So this is a dirty water pump specifically designed for tight spaces. So instead of having this float valve, it has an internal valve on the inside. So if you've got a hole that this can fit into, it will be able to be used as a dirty water pump. So it's a dirty water pump for tight spaces, and I'm going to go and install that and see how it goes. Oh, welcome to my nightmare. So I've had to crawl underneath my deck down into this room, and there's a dirty water pit down there, and I can already see that it's almost full. There has been no rain, so all of this water must be coming from seepage through this bank of clay here. And the bottom of this wall is actually my basement where the pit is. And you can see that the dirty water pump there has not activated. That's the one that I put in there. Yet, basically the water is full to the very brim. So I don't know whether that's going to activate it or not. I did test it using a hose and filled it up, and eventually did activate, but only when it reached the very, very top. And I suspect that any change, perhaps in the length, the stiffening of the pipe leading to the float switch or anything like that, could stop it from actually activating. So I'm glad I went and bought this pump to replace it, because in theory this should activate much lower and not have the problem. And you can see the pit isn't even that small, but it's not quite deep enough for this float switch. So I'm going to remove it and install the new one, and let's see what happens. So I've activated the float switch manually. I'm just curious to see that it stops when it reaches the bottom, because the float switch has to be facing like at a 30-degree angle down, and I feel like the pit is just not deep enough. Hopefully it will, but it'll be touch and go. You can see the pit's almost empty, still isn't turning off. Come on, you going to turn off? You going to turn off? Or just did, but the pit, it's so close. And the pit is actually just been dug into the ground. I suspect that they probably hit bedrock and just stopped digging. All right, so let's replace it. Okay, so it's installed. I've actually attached it to this pipe above it. It's not dangling from the cord, but if for some reason it goes to fall over, the cord will actually stabilize it and stop it from doing that. So the only thing left to do is to test it. And the only way to do that is to put water in there. goes. So it's activated, yeah, well and truly before it's reached the level of the pipe, either pipe on either side. So that's just fantastic. Oh, thank goodness. I can hear the sound of a small stone going up the pipe, so you know, can handle small. And there it is, it's stopped. Fantastic. That's the right tool for the job. That's going to activate well before the pit even gets anywhere near the top, and it will stop, as it should, before the pit is completely empty, so that the motor doesn't keep spinning and burn out, which is, I'm afraid, the other one would. So I'm very happy with that. Very happy indeed. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see how long this pump lasts. Alright, so there's the Ryobi pump out. You can see that the pump is slightly bigger than the original one that was in there. But the problem is that it really depends on how far you can get the float switch away from the unit. And if I have the float switch adjusted all the way up next to it, it's actually the flexing in the hose. There's too much pressure in there so that it wouldn't float up properly. And this is the original one, and slightly smaller, but I think it really would have suffered from exactly the same problem. So yeah, you really do need a dirty water pump that's designed for a tight space. You know, these things were right on the verge of working and not working, and over time I think that the hose would have become stiffer and we would have still had problems. So I'm really glad I went to the effort of doing that, even though crawling under the house is not my favourite job. Alright, so that's it from me. If you like what I'm doing, think about subscribing to my channel, giving me a thumbs up, and I'll catch you on the next one. Ciao.